Hey, how are you doing? So today I want to talk about mounting a GoPro onto a kayak. Now since day one of having this boat, I've had one of the sticky mounted buckles on the top of the deck, pretty much dead center, and that's okay up to a point. You can point it one way to get the selfie mode, or obviously in the other direction to get the view of where you're going. But I do find the view is a little bit on the boring side, and with a little bit of experimentation with the gooseneck, what I found was the most pleasing shot to me was to mount it on the bow, round about here, off to one side. So in selfie mode you've got a good view of the kayak down the side and across the back, and then you can flip it over, drop it into the water to get those underwater shots, and you'll still have the keel of the boat in the frame. So mounting it here close to the waterline presented a bit of an issue in that the sticky pads are not really going to be good enough. Now I always use a tether, belt and braces, but that's not the point, is it? You want it to stay put so that you can get the shots that you wanted. So I came up with this, and this is a CNC machined aluminium buckle mount from a company called PROtastic, and it comes just as is. There's no mounting bolts, no screws, nothing like that. It's got a couple of mounting options. It's got 3 holes around the edges, so they're recessed, so you can bolt it that way, or it's got one threaded one in the center. Now I want to drill a minimum amount of holes in this boat, so I'm going for the center option, which left me with the problem, where do I find a bolt to fit? Now I came up with this. This is a pistol grip from my old Olympus tracker, which I don't use anymore, and I took the screw out of there, and of course, being a standard tripod screw, that fits into the buckle. So I'm going to push that through from the inside of the hull. I'm going to use a metal plate on there to spread the load, and I'm also going to use a rubber washer because it is so close to the waterline. So that's going to be mounted just forward of the foot pegs there. So I've drilled my pilot hole. Now I'm going to create the hole that will take the bolt. Drilling holes in your boat, not something you want to do every day. So then we have to get the bolt through from the inside. So that's the bolt through. Nice and snug with the metal back plate on it. Then goes on the rubber washer, and we'll just screw this into position. Okay, that's nice about there, and then we'll go through on the other side and tighten it up with the old trusty screwdriver. Right, that's nice and tight. Moment of truth. Gooseneck on. Job done. So this is the view I'm after in what you might call selfie mode, and then I can just manipulate the gooseneck, bring it down under the water, and then I've got my underwater shot that I'm after as well, with the keel of the kayak still in the frame. Job done. I'm happy with that, and I'll put a link to the gooseneck, the CNC machined buckle, and the metal camera case all in the description below. But of course I would still use my tether, because you just can't be too careful, and that's where this metal case comes in into its own. Not only does it provide better protection for your camera than a plastic case, it's got a screw thread around the edge here so that you can fit filters if you so wish, and it's got a cold shoe mount if you need to use that. But most importantly of all to me, is this little D-ring here, and that allows me to clip a wire tether to the camera so that no matter what else comes loose, the camera is always going to be attached to the kayak. Another way of doing it that I've tried is to attach the GoPro to yourself using a head strap, but frankly I wasn't too thrilled with the results when I tried that. Well, I've drifted closer into these rocks, not so much by accident, but frankly because I was getting a bit bored. Ooh. Yeah, those are nearly a touch of excitement.